Breaking news this late evening in the shocking murder of a healthcare CEO in Midtown Manhattan. Sources telling ABC News tonight words were etched into the shell casings found at the scene. Deny, defend, depose. Detectives are trying to figure out whether they were meant as a message. Here's ABC senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky.
A gunman opening fire in the heart of New York City, firing several rounds, a targeted execution of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson, leaving the 50-year-old dead on the street.
Every indication is that this was a premeditated, pre-planned, targeted attack.
Thompson, in town from Minnesota, was walking to an annual meeting with investors at the Hilton Hotel in Midtown when the horror began to unfold. The insurance executive alone, no security detail.
The victim here, he was walking with purpose, not worried, obviously, about anything, right in the middle of the sidewalk. And the video shows the shooting happening right there, with a bystander actually trying to flee and get out of the way.
Shortly before 7 a.m., a masked gunman in the freezing cold was lying in wait before opening fire.
The shooter steps onto the sidewalk from behind the car. He ignores numerous other pedestrians, approaches the victim from behind, and shoots him in the back. The shooter then walks toward the victim and continues to shoot. It appears that the gun malfunctions as he clears the jam and begins to fire again. From watching the video, it does seem that he's proficient in the use of firearms, as he was able to clear the malfunctions pretty quickly.
The weapon appears to have been outfitted with a silencer.
That's him, when he was running.
Amar Abdulmullah says he saw the shooting unfold from inside his car.
Then I hear the shot, And when I look at the guy was with a gun, like, the silent gun. Got like a black gun.
The gunman fleeing after shooting Thompson in his back and his right calf.
And I saw him after he shot him. He ran across the street.
EMTs responding to the scene and racing him to the hospital, but it was too late. After the shooting, the killer made his escape on foot through this alleyway. Eventually, he hopped on a bike and pedaled off towards Central Park. Surveillance camera footage captured the suspect on that bike. The suspect then headed up 6th Avenue and was last seen entering Central Park.
The shooter appears to be a light-skinned male. He's wearing a light brown or cream-colored jacket, a black face mask, black and white sneakers, and a very distinctive gray backpack.
This is not somebody who's an expert, certainly not somebody who's a trained killer, assassin, a military type.
Now, a massive manhunt is underway, the NYPD offering a $10,000 reward. Detectives say the shooter's cell phone might have been left behind.
So if he dropped a phone, if he dropped a wrapper, if he dropped anything that you can maybe link to him, it may give you forensic clues.
Thompson's wife and 2 sons left reeling after the tragedy. In a statement to ABC News, Paulette Thompson said, "We are shattered to hear about the senseless killing of our beloved Brian. Brian was an incredibly loving, generous, talented man who truly lived life to the fullest and touched so many lives. Most importantly, Brian was an incredibly loving father to our 2 sons. And will be greatly missed."
Did he have any known enemies?
We're reaching out to law enforcement in Minnesota, and we're also interviewing his co-workers and family members to see if there have been any specific threats against him in the past.
Thompson was the leader of the nation's largest healthcare company, earning a $10.2 million annual pay package last year, making him one of the company's highest-paid executives.
It's either a contract killing or it's a targeted killing. Targeted killing maybe would be, this is personal, this is revenge, but it's some direct connection to him. Obviously, a contract killer is not going to have any relationship with the person they're killing. Is there another person connected to it that hired this guy to go shoot him?
UnitedHealthcare issuing a statement saying, in part, "We are deeply saddened and shocked at the passing of our dear friend and colleague Brian Thompson. Our hearts go out to Brian's family and all who were close to him." Tonight, just blocks away from the crime scene, the iconic Rockefeller Center Christmas tree lighting. Thousands of people gathering while authorities continue to search for the gunman.
Our thanks to Aaron. We'll continue to cover the latest developments overnight and on GMA in the morning.